This video is being sponsored by WaveNote AI. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Josh, and today I want to talk to you guys about how to replace your Tesla side cameras or your fender cameras. As you guys can tell, my camera was suffering from the dreaded condensation situation. This is a well-known issue with Tesla. And when I tried talking to them and letting them know that I was having this issue, they decided to go ahead and slap me with a $200 bill that I decided not to go for. As you guys can tell, the condensation was not only on the blinker, but also the main camera, which could affect your FSD and your autopilot driving if you're using those. So today, we're gonna go ahead and replace this camera with a new one that I bought from eBay at half the cost. Taking a closer look at the camera, we can tell that the blinker is full of water, and from looking at the video prior, we could also tell that the camera has been affected with this same exact situation. I also want to point out that this is a truly unfortunate situation because when I spoke to Tesla, they were aware that this is a known issue, but somehow they are unwilling to change it unless your car is under warranty, which unluckily for me, my car is out of warranty already. Now, this will not affect your blinker in any type of way unless it causes a short circuit, which is what I'm afraid of, but the camera was affected, so this needs to be replaced. On this particular portion, I will let you guys decide what you want to do. Essentially, I've seen some videos where you have to remove the plastic fender cover from the wheel arch, and you are able to pretty much slide your hand through the back of the fender to remove the camera safely without breaking the clip. I also have mud flaps, so if you have mud flaps, this is another extra step that you will have to take to remove this. Although this is the correct way of doing it, I ended up not doing it this way just because it seemed like there was just too much work being done just to remove a camera. I ended up going ahead and prying out the camera directly from the fender without having to wiggle my hand from the back of the fender. If you're planning on doing it the way I'm doing it, be sure to cover the paint of the surrounding areas for the camera as you are going to be using tools to pry this open. You do not want to scratch your beautiful car, so make sure you slide the tape under the camera because you're going to be prying this thing out at force, so you may scratch your car. There are only a few clips that the camera is being held to, so you will have to use some force to remove the camera from the fender. Just be careful, and as I mentioned, most clips will break, so you may have to get under the car to remove the residual broken parts for this camera. Once you remove it, the first thing that I want to point out is that the two upper clips did break, so I will have to go ahead and fetch those, which luckily me, I have to take those out now. But there are two main cables. One is your camera cable and the other one is your blinker cable. They are extremely easy to remove, but as always, just be careful and take your time. And speaking of taking your time, you might be wondering, how do I manage to have a full-time job, full-time YouTuber, a family, and a household to take care of? And the simple reason is I don't have a personal assistant, I have WaveNote. WaveNote is a smart ChatGPT powered AI system that helps you record everything from calls to your conversations to your meetings and gives you a full transcript of everything you've spoken. Not only this works in English, it's a multi-language with over 50 different languages. The best part, it fits like a business card right on the back of your phone, provided with a beautiful leather pouch that looks absolutely incredible. I found this to be very gimmicky in the beginning and I was a bit unsure about the use of it, but now with the wireless charger and everything they give you in the package, I feel like I cannot live without it. It also comes with a dedicated app that literally shows you everything that you've had as far as conversation goes with your phone or with your friends, colleagues, meetings, whatever you want to call it. It even gives you action plans to execute at the end of the meeting or follow-ups to do at the end of each meeting or each conversation you've had. Because it doesn't only remind you what to do, but it keeps you on track with what you're supposed to do. This thing is so accurate, it even provides you with a map to follow of all the conversations that ChatGPT chose to get to the point where it is at. I found this a bit gimmicky and I didn't really get it, but it's there if you need it. I also want to point out that this thing saves all your conversations with your transcripts and it has an amazing battery life, upwards of 30 hours of continuous recording, which I think is insane for a thing this little. WaveNote being a personal assistant also comes with ChatGPT just in case you want to further your interactions with the topics that you've had inside the app, which I think is mind-blowing. There is a starter plan, which is a free plan, and there's also a more robust plan for those of you guys trying to find multiple business meetings and recording multiple conversations with multiple clients. I think this is a great option for you. I don't find myself using the paid option. I find myself using the free option, and it works just as well. With that being said, thank you WaveNote for sponsoring this video, and thank you for providing us with this amazing product. Now let's get back to the video. Looking at the camera, there is a bit of a difference to your standard camera. I do have a glossy cover. I took this from the Tesla Model X and the Model S. They come with a glossy cover up top, and I thought it would look nice on my Model Y. I also want to point out that this is hardware 3 camera, so a hardware 4 camera will not fit your connections. So be sure that when you're ordering the camera from eBay, you're ordering the correct one. The blinker and the camera for hardware 4 are completely different, and they will not match perfectly. And just doing a quick unboxing here. This is the camera that I bought from the eBay seller. This is an OEM camera, which means it fits exactly the same way that the Tesla camera would fit. Is exactly the same exact product. Two things to note: one, this is a brand new product, and two, it doesn't have the glossy cover, so I will have to pass that on to this one later on. Just quickly scanning this camera, everything seems to match. There is the Tesla logo there, which means it's all original and not fake. And it looks exactly like the last camera that I had on. And I don't know if you guys are able to note this, but the older camera has almost like a burned plastic area around there, or it looks like something was trying to pry it open, or someone was trying to pry it open at some point. It just looks damaged around it, and the new one doesn't have this. So that's something that I would want to question as to why this is like this. I did check my other camera and there's no such damage to it, so I don't know if maybe that's what caused the water leak in the first place or not. Alrighty, enough about cameras. Let's go ahead and install this. I will install the blinker connection first and then the camera connection second. Sometimes it takes a while for a camera to go on in your car, so I would suggest a soft reset in your car. Luckily for me, this camera went straight online and it was extremely clear and nice. It just looks so nice. Keep in mind that the left side of the camera has those moving kind of lights. It's just because I have LEDs on my garage, so that's why that camera looks like that. But overall, the OEM camera that we purchased from eBay looks extremely well. It worked straight away and it looks really, really good. Pretty much like it came from factory. Before clipping everything together, just make sure that your camera is giving signal and your blinker does work, and then you can snap that thing back on. Make sure that when removing the tape, you are careful. The paint on Teslas is extremely delicate, so you do not want to damage that. Lastly, if you went ahead and removed your fender covers to remove the extra broken clips, make sure you put that back on. There is a small lip on the fender cover, so make sure that you kind of move that up and then inside to make sure that everything fits right in and falls perfectly on the car. Lastly, as I mentioned, I do have a mud flap, so I'm gonna have to install that back. There's only 2 clips, so it's nothing too crazy to install. I do want to point out that I love the glossy color on the camera, so I went ahead and removed it from the old camera and went ahead and put it on the new camera. You guys let me know what you guys think about this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It will probably take you less time to do this than for me to create this video for you. So as you guys can tell, it's extremely easy. It's a straightforward process. I will recommend for you guys to do a camera calibration if you have autopilot engaged or full self-driving, as the cameras were moved. So this is a good thing for you guys to do right away. Let's make sure that all the cameras are calibrated correctly and all the angles are calibrated correctly. This will take a few minutes, could take 20 minutes to an hour to fully update, but once you get it, you are able to use your autopilot and your FSD as you normally would. I will say installing this camera was not challenging at all. It was super easy. It literally took under 5 minutes. I was very happy at the fact that the camera went online right away. Like I said, maybe your camera, once you plug it in, it'll take a few minutes to restart and get signal, but if the camera is OEM and you plugged everything correctly, you should have no issues. I also want to point out that, again, Tesla knows about this problem. They know that these cameras get soaked in with water. So I would highly suggest for you guys to not power wash the cameras specifically, not power wash directly into the cameras. And if you can, just clean the surrounding areas with a rag or something that just doesn't increase the chances of you getting water inside the cameras. Lastly, if you are updating the camera calibration, you might get a couple of error messages with the cameras themselves, such as not being able to do the FSD or the autopilot, or even your matrix headlights not working properly. It's all part of the process. With that being said, It is an absolute pleasure to help you all with this simple installation. You guys let me know what you guys think I should do with this camera, if I should open it to see what's inside. You guys leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.